I disagree wildly.
You just earned
Forfeit
yourself
your
a one-way
reroll.
ticket to the Bone Zone.
Two
Is there some?
antennas. Oh, go ahead, Mike.
Is there some baseline Pokemon knowledge that's needed for this particular question? One.
For which one?
Oh, for that pun.
Oh, no, just unique up on it. Like, unique. It was
Yeah.
a rare creature. There's no Pokemon part.
No.
Okay, I wonder.
It's just
No, that's fair.
infuriating word.
All there ever is to it with me.
I can hear your soul leaving your body, Reynolds. It's great.
Good. I need to be shed of it for this evening and what I'm going to put you through.
All right, Reynold. I'll just help more. Ready? Two antennas fell in love and got married. The wedding wasn't much, but the reception was incredible.
Okay.
Oh.
So you're in this derelict room.
Oh no!
Yeah.
No!
Yeah.
and the bad
Let's go
bitch-
right in.
And the bad bitch is seated at her quote-unquote desk, which is a folding chair next to, like, one of those big spools.
Yeah, her throne. This is her throne room. Yes, queen. Hola.
Hola, chica.
¿Cómo estás?
Oh. Man,
I know it's a big question. It's a loaded question. I know.
things are up and down.
Ain't that life? How can we help your day go up a little more?
No.
We've been.
You came here to me. You're the one who asks. You're the one who asks the questions. And don't give me that, oh, how are you bullshit. No. You came to me for a reason. You make requests. And I'm a shitty DJ. I don't take requests.
Amelia tries not to like. She enjoyed the DJ pun a little bit, but she restrains from showing it too much and being disrespectful. But she liked that. Well, you are correct. We are making a request on behalf of Adam specifically. Yep. Yeah. I figured you knew. You know what's up.
Yeah, that much I know.
So, we've been speaking to the others. We are trying to see what we can do to get y'all back with Adam, if that is your inclination.
Yeah, I guess. Now that I think about it, I see an opportunity to exert leverage. I exert leverage. The show I want to put on is a little bit more than the others are willing to put up with.
They do seem like the tame sort, don't they?
Oh, very tame based on what I have in mind. You guys ever read any Jack London?
Yeah.
Seawolf. My show is like that, but with, you know, more action, more killing, more intense dialogue, more emotion.
Raw, realer.
Better. Basically, a man gets kidnapped, he gets brought onto a ship, and then he gets to feel what it's like under the thumb of another man. Everything on the ship is destroyed, obliterated, except for the power that the captain has over all of them. You strip all this bullshit away, all there is power.
An enticing narrative.
All this shit that they make up, justice, virtue, honor, it's bullshit. Everybody knows it's bullshit. They want it to be true because they want people to be better than what they really are. I don't give a fuck about that.
You want the audience to come face to face with that reality.
Exactly.
Mm.
And it ends when I work my mojo, get a volunteer from the crowd, and shoot him in the fucking heart.
Could see how the other personalities might be a little too timid for that.
Exactly. They're too pussy for my artistic vision.
I see where the gaps are forming between the four of you.
They're all
Amelia.
like, oh no, it's wrong to kill someone. And it's not murder if they ask you to kill them. It's not murder if they ask to die.
That much is true. True.
I can't make anybody want to kill themselves.
Technically.
Are you gonna try to get legalistic on me? Are you gonna try to bring the law into this, you little piece of shit?
No. We're no narcs. Mikey's too too squishy to be a narc.
Oh,
He was definitely the kid who was in the DARE program, but he's no narc.
The problem with people like you is that you bring legal solutions to moral problems. I'm sick of that shit. We made it up. As I was saying, I can't make anyone want to kill themselves. I can just make it so bad that they ask me for it. And that's my show.
Amelia's processing.
Anyway,
Chewing the fat.
I think we all got this off our chest. If you want, you can come down to the basement now. Should be safe. But by all means, you can speak to each of us individually if you wish. Makes conversation a little bit easier to manage.
All right. Carmen, thank you for everything you told us. Your passion for your art is profound. It's a lot to chew, which I'm sure is kind of what you want. So I think we're going to chew and try to swallow. Good luck to all of us with that, right? And we will probably see you again.
Like,
at the very least at the basement.
You use this extended metaphor and she just dryly says, choke on it.
I had a feeling you'd go for that. That's the power play, Carmen, and we respect that here. I don't know how to make them like you do, but I respect them.
Congratulations, you have survived an encounter with the bad bitch.
Yay! We've gotten through the first one.
A good point. Very good point, Mike. I wonder indeed.
Mike wouldn't know that.
Is Easter?
Don't worry about it.
No, I always worry about it.
Previous chapter, player character.
Gotcha.
Who ended up as one of Carmencia's thralls.
Gotcha. All right, cool. Amelia's gonna look at the gang and, kind of give eyes of like, should we move away from the bad bitch before we talk? But she, of course, doesn't say that. She says it with her eyes.
I think we should return to the lobby.
Oh boy, let's all go to the lobby.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby and far away from Carmen.
Yeah.
Mike, I'm sorry I called you squishy. That I don't think you're squishy. I just knew Carmen might chill out if I negged you a little bit. And I'm very sorry for that.
Yeah. I know. I'm not dumb. I'm not completely good with the idea of, like, a random person just being prompted to suicide or whatever the fuck that would be.
That'll cause more harm than good.
Yeah, I think we're all.
Do they intend for this play to be watched by humans?
That was a question that I probably should have asked, but my brain skipped when she told me she wanted to shoot someone.
No, I think
I would imagine so. I think that
I'm
they're-
imagining it would be a human. Otherwise, the impact would probably not be as profound. And
I mean, we can find some really, really horrible people. There are a lot of them in town.
But you'd have to find a horrible person who deliberately wants to die. Not like Death Wish, like my life is so miserable that yeah, sure, whatever, fucking kill me.
so. We should go to a
We could
college
also
camp.
get a ringer.
Wow, guys. Fucking
It-
drag.
But it
both
occurs
of those both of those suggestions were equally valid and upsetting at the same time.
Wait a second, guys. We could get a ringer.
Hmm.
Yes.
We know somebody who, well, I mean, if he got shot in the chest, he just maybe spit it out if he had reached inside.
Oh,
Wait, what?
you were talking about the Promethean.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I have his email address. Well, I mean, I set up his email address.
I mean, that
The
would
que-
be very interesting for
The
both
question
of them.
is, will Carmen know
Well,
that
I
he's
mean,
Promethean?
She's looking for a volunteer. If he agrees to volunteer,
she
good
specifically
enough.
said
That's
a
true.
volunteer who would be shot in the heart.
Hmm.
About to say,
Probably.
also this is the theater. It does not matter what really happens, so long as it is convincingly real.
Okay. Well, Amelia wasn't sure if it needed to be a human.
And he would actually add an element of like fucked up chaos to the evening that I'm sure they might like.
When's the last time they had a Promethean in their theater?
I'm gonna go with never.
So I don't know. I mean, this is just I'm just spitballing an idea.
No,
That's
it's a
a
great
point.
it's a great idea. It's something, at least. We can keep brainstorming for sure, but Mikey, look at you with the connections.
Poor guy.
Yeah. I hope we can chit chat again. We didn't exactly leave things on the best of terms when he broke my spine. Not that I blame him.
No, I don't think you want to talk to him. He really isn't. I mean, if you want to talk to him by email or text or something like that. Because then if he goes berserk, well, he just breaks. No, yeah, I guess you can talk to him in person.
Yeah, I just won't make him dance next time. I didn't know that was off the table.
Anything that would frustrate him.
Maybe just email then.
Farewell, blood points.
It was nice
Yeah,
knowing you.
Sorry about
Okay.
your feet, Waylon. Thank you for helping me across. I'll get you some blood in repayment.
That was pretty badass, Waylon. I gotta say.
Yeah, it's not every day that I walk through a electrified puddle of chemicals.
Yeah, question marks.
Who's ready for some chemicals?
And I wouldn't do that for just anyone.
Amelia is openly touched. And she even grabs his coat jacket for a second and is like, Waylon, we're bonding.
What about Atticus? We should really find him. Well, I
I
guess
think he's might be in a bit of a hostage situation. I don't think that Curtis is going to unspring his trap until this play business is done.
yeah.
I guess we need to get our affairs in order.
He's just too nice to say it.
Oh, come now. Atticus is just in a very, very simple maze.
You know, like the maze that we were in last time. We had a blast.
This is horrifying.
All right. Should we? Oh, I'm trying to think of other things. Is there anything we should go ask the other personalities now that we know Carmen's plan? They are linked.
I'm kind of starting to lose track of all the things that they wanted at this point. I mean,
Kabuto wanted a
The
I'm so glad
greater,
you asked.
Oh, do we have notes? Of course we
Yes.
have notes. Yes, love that.
If we have Cap, we have notes.
We have Cat.
That's true.
someone wanted straight no exit. I know that much.
Yes.
No exit, no chaser.
Cortez had a type of character that he really wanted to portray. Had a lot of lofty things to say about justice as a force instead of only an ideal.
Hmm.
Yes, he wanted it sounded like he wanted a very bravado hero type.
A virtuous knight who is misunderstood by the people that he protects.
Yeah, one wants a sheriff who is the law. One wants a knight who obeys and protects the law. Kabuto wants a law from above, and Carmen wants to be the law.
No.
Yes.
No.
Sort of.
Well, not really, but
Yeah.
she's got her own. Carmen
She
wants
wants
an
an absence of formal
Right.
yeah.
law.
She wants an absence of justice concepts.
She wants the law of nature. She wants the law of tooth and claw, where strength means power.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
where the answer is power.
Yeah.
Carmen wants the message to be, all this other shit is bullshit. It's all a scramble for power.
What's that Roman saying? The strong do what they will, and the weak suffer what they must.
Something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And consider whoever you favor will consider this victory.
Right.
All of them were willing to compromise, but all of them also had one thing that they wanted more than anything else in the play.
Yeah.
So-
Cortez wanted a character to make a grand sacrifice. Kabuto wanted the characters to reach a point of recognition where everything happens for a reason is
That's right.
revealed. And Curtis wanted a big shootout, and Carmen wants to shoot someone on stage.
Wants to fucking kill man.
Well, the shooting doesn't have to be the. To me, I think we want. Just as a thought, Kabuto's the most useful to us for linking everything else, making it all an illusion at the end, and making everyone realize that it's all just a show. That they're there for a reason. They're in hell for a reason. So the guy who's Carmen's is the one who doesn't achieve enlightenment about this. He's the one who thinks that he's in control of everything, but he is just a pawn too. That way, we're minimizing Carmen's victory. Because I don't think we want that fucking bitch to win, right?
I just want everyone to get along.
I mean,
Yeah.
Consider if you favor Carmen, and whoever you favor will be more dominant than the others. And hey, that's fine. They understand the ebbs and tides of the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. But whoever you favor will be the one who is primarily in charge. And you can elect Chaos Undivided over here, but that means that no one's going to show you particular favor.
Right. So we could go for a neutral stance, or we could pick a predominant personality.
Right.
So the Kabuto story is the best frame.
Yeah.
And nothing else is a good frame story for the other stories. All the other stories are kind of more on their own thing and are almost neutralize the other stories. Buddha
they
is
also
the last for the
they,
others.
they also agreed that they would be happy to just have one or two characters with
Mhm.
that story arc. So I think within the span of a play, if we wanted to divide equally, we could do that quite well. But I agree. Amelia is inclined to vote if we're going for predominating personalities. Amelia thinks Curtis is her favorite one, personally.
But the thing that I wanted to bring up is that one of the major factors that I meant to impress, and I'm not sure if I brought it across, is each of them has a length to which they will bend the law on your behalf.
Mm.
So if you show clear favor to Cortez, for instance,
Mm.
he will not lift a finger for you if you are breaking the law.
Gotcha.
But if you show clear favor to Carmen, for instance, number one, you will have sold your soul to the literal Christian devil. But on the other hand, you could ask her to do shit that's fucking terrible.
Yeah, that doesn't really sound on brand for us so far, though.
No, definitely. And that's a perfectly
Right.
acceptable response. I'm just saying the
Right.
options here are vast.
Got it. Yes.
So
Right.
do we-
There's pros and cons to leaning one way, leaning no way.
Yes.
Right.
Do we want to tell a good story? I guess is the
Yes.
other question here. So I mean, the problem with this is that essentially we've got like four sponsors who are contributing money to the movie, and all of them want something different. Do we want to produce some piece of crap, or do we want to actually come up with something that works and makes sense?
I want them back in Adam's court.
Yeah.
Like, it's the most honest and blunt Amelia's ever been. She's done being like polite therapist. She's like, man, I just want them fucking back in the court. Like, I want to be done with this. Carmen scares me.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot to debate. Waylon, where are you leaning? What are your thoughts?
I agree that Kabuto's frame narrative makes the best story. It gives a lot of opportunity for everyone to bring a character that they feel has something to say into this blank hellscape. They could all have their different reasons, all these points where they're coming from and how they got here can collide in this space. They could say whatever they want to about law and justice and have the characters play off of each other and how they think differently. It's just the ending that I'm stuck with.
Mike is just standing there with his mouth open wide. And Waylon, you're a fucking genius. Rashomon! Rashomon! So I don't know. I'm trying to remember. I don't think we've mentioned Rashomon as something that Mike has made Waylon see yet. Does Cap know Rashomon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Amelia is ever blissfully confused as per usual.
I mean, you could convert No Exit into a Rashomon story.
What's a Rashomon? I know Ramadan. Is that a new one?
It was a film that Mike showed me.
I'm getting Twilight Zone vibes when they're all stuck in that hole together, and it turns out they're all toys in the bottom of a trash can. Not same thing, but similar energy, you know?
Wasn't that Felicity?
Huh?
Never mind.
What?
The series finale of Felicity was a play on the Twilight Zone. So.
Oh, nice. But yes, so imagining that, I can see more of what Kabuto's imagining. In which case, yes, we could easily have both Cortez and Curtis's characters having their own sort of character arcs with each other.
Or they could
and
be
could
the
play
same,
us quite nicely.
they could be the same character from the perspective of the other characters, from different perspectives of the other characters. One character
Ooh.
could see justice, and the other character could see it as tyranny and power, power, tooth and claw.
Right.
So,
Mm.
I mean, it's just, yeah,
We need
this struck me
we
as being an interesting idea.
yeah.
We could do something to really fucking impress them.
We need a vision board, guys. I need glue and I need cardboard and I need glitter. I'm gonna look at the usher and be like, "Do you have cardboard, a Sharpie, a glue stick, and some glitter?"
Oh, yes, of course.
I was gonna say it's a theater. You guys gotta have crafty stuff, right?
Oh, we have so much for the crafting.
Oh, do you mind if I get crafty?
Last daddy's in the basement.
We were invited there.
Mm.
Is that wise?
Oh, good. You are saying that you have been resolving the tension now?
Yes.
We are trying to.
Well, that's as good as I think is going to get. Okay. Follow me.
Excellente.
He leads you into a little office and reaches under a desk and pulls a lever, which reveals a hidden door, which he unlocks with a very bizarre ornate key, which leads into a spiral staircase, which leads down to another blank door, where he
Oh my God.
removes a brick and pushes a button, which causes that door to open.
If this is just to get to the classroom, I'm gonna be so happy.
It is.
Yes.
Which leads down into the dusty old basement of the theater, which has got a whole bunch of gubbins and fixins in there. And he leads you to a lantern-lit bathtub,
Oh.
which
Is
has...
there someone in there?
Yes.
Ah.
There is a very exhausted corpse inside of the bathtub.
It's our friend, you guys.
Looking a little
When you say
worse for wear.
When you say exhausted corpse, are you talking about a vampire? Or are you
Yes.
talking about a human that's been drained?
I'm talking about a vampire that looks exhausted.
Just very tired.
I should mention, like, the body is dotted with wounds.
Oh, baby. I have no idea what I'll get from trying to do an aura read, but can I do an aura read?
You may do an aura reading.
Excellent. Let me get. I was bad and I forgot to pull up my roller sooner, so let me grab my
4
roller.
tentacles.
4 tentacles.
What about tentacles? I'm 4 tentacles.
I'm 4 tentacles in a trench coat.
Oh, yes. Hot. Okay, let me check my stats. Aura, intel, auspex, empathy. Five, 4, 9. Ooh, oh, hot dice coming in. Bless. Boom, bam.
There we go.
That's a good thing you're already mad.
Jesus Christ. Okay. The subject is experiencing a let me see if I can find the subject has a light blue aura that is mottled, shifting, sharp, and flickering, with hypnotic swirling patterns.
Light blue. You said, sorry, shifting.
Mottled, shifting, sharp, flickering, hypnotic swirling.
Ooh. Shift, sharp. Sorry, I hate to make you repeat yourself, but one last time because I'm one of those bitches.
Light blue, mottled, shifting, sharp, flickering, hypnotic, swirling.
Thank you.
The subject is calm. Calm, confused, daydreaming, psychotic.
That checks out. Big mood for Malkavians. But like when they're exhausted but awake?
Yes.
Okay, great.
It's too
Amelia-
late in the night. It's too early in the night for them to sleep.
Yeah, I figured, but when they were exhausted, I was like, who knows, you know? Amelia's going to very carefully take some approaching steps and be like, seems like you've been going through a lot, huh?
Huh? Oh.
Hi.
Hi,
it's
sorry.
Amelia.
Yeah. Give me a second. Let me just.
Sure, take your time.
The wounds close. The vampire takes a deep breath, and Cortez's booming voice comes out. Yes! Haha! Yes! You've made it into my dank basement of mystery and wonder.
I love your mystery of wonder. It's wonderful. We came down here. It's wonderful. Ah, see what I did there?
Yes. Now then, what do you make of our stories?
Well, we love all of them. We are trying to figure out how we want to best represent everyone's ideas. I was thinking a vision board would help a lot, so we've come down to get some glitter and some glue.
Ah, yes. The power of glitter cannot be denied.
It cannot be understated. I knew you would understand, Cortez. Or sorry,
Exactly.
Curtis. Excuse me. That was very rude of me.
No. This is Cortez you're speaking to.
Oh, okay. Well, then that second part was very rude of me.
Curtis has a southern accent. At which point, Kabuto's voice escapes his lips as he says, "Oh no, more glitter." And Carmen says, "Oh, what's this pussy shit?"
I'm gonna splatter some blood too, Carmen. Don't you worry. You will be represented in the vision board just as much as anyone else.
Fine. Just don't fucking make it weird.
I will make sure the glitter isn't pink. How's that sound?
I guess that'll do. And Cortez leads you along the dusty shelves, and he comes out with, like, this place is stocked.
Yes.
There's glue and nails and wood and paint and scarves and costumes and all sorts of shit.
Amazing.
Quite the backstage.
Yeah, Amelia's like rubbing her hands together like, oh, creative projects.
Oh, yes. Just wait till you see the lift. And he gives you a board that he puts on an easel, which he, sits down and waits for you to use.
All right. So, Amelia's gonna grab some Sharpies and some goodies, and put the board up, and start. I don't know. She's writing down like spark notes of what everybody wants at the top. And yeah. Okay. So we are thinking
do we really want to show our client how the sausage is made? Maybe we should come back with them with something full that we've thought it all through.
I
think
mean,
that's a
we're
good
putting
idea.
on the show.
Right, they're producers and directors. They've done this before.
Oh, we're not just producers and directors. We're also the actors.
Right, they've done a show or 12. This way, well, here's the thing, Mikey. I understand where your concern is coming from, but it seems like everyone, all 4 elements, are cooperating enough that we should be able to collaborate and hopefully reach a nice rounded point. It seems like everybody here is willing to work together for the creative pursuits. So I'm thinking, if anything, we might get an even better guided vision of what we want with everybody present.
All four voices escape the throat simultaneously, like some sort of bizarre throat singing, as they each say in unison, "As long as we get what we want."
That's the goal. All right. So we have Curtis looking for a man of the law, let's say, is the major narration.
One might say a white hat, yes.
Cortez, on the other hand, is looking for representation of the law as an ideal outside of man.
And
Yeah?
a knight, yes.
And a knight, of
Curtis
course.
loves his guns, but guns were not how the West was won. To which Curtis says, "I believe that is exactly how the West was won."
Gentlemen, this is a collaborative team effort, right? So we all have to work together if we're all going to work on this vision board.
And the two voices escape the throat simultaneously as they each speak over each other, like agreeing. Just like, yeah, all right. Yes, very well then.
There we go. Thank you. I love this teamwork from you guys. This is an ideal, a knight. Kabuto, of course, wants to go with no exit and would like to represent a force external from man, dictating. And Carmen, of course, in beautiful fashion, would like to represent power in its realest, rawest form. Is that correct?
That's correct, Chica.
All right. So we are thinking of utilizing the no exit frame in order to make all of these different elements fit together, as it will give us a blank canvas of an environment to work with. That way we can focus really heavily in on the characters and their varying ideals. Thoughts so far?
Carmen speaks up. I guess that makes sense. I mean, hell is kind of like the ship. Either way, there's an environment that you can't escape from, and it means that anything that happens is the subject of something else's power.
Exactly. There's a connection of imprisonment between Kabuto and Carmen's story. So I think by utilizing this blank space of no exit, we can bring the environmental aspects together, and we can also bring Curtis and Cortez's more character-focused plots together quite nicely.
But how are we going to have a big old gunfight if there's only 3 people trapped in hell? And how are we going to have a masterful siege if there's just 3 people trapped in hell?
If I may, plays, and this is entirely up to you and the length of performance that you want to put on, but plays usually have multiple acts, yes? I see a way that all of you can introduce your characters and what they believe in through one of these acts, but by the end of each character's introductory act, they must die.
Ooh.
So that they can be brought into this hell space by some mysterious power.
That's a nice thought.
That way we could see a knight nobly dying for his belief in law and justice during a great siege. We could watch a sheriff, a man of the law, take the law into his own hands during a shootout. This is excellent. I like that a lot, Waylon.
Thank you.
Have a prologue that's in hell with them, and then the scenes are flashbacks showing how they got there.
Ooh, thoughts? And she looks at the combination, the union. I don't think we have asked their name yet.
The collective.
It's
The collective.
It's the sea consciousness. When considered all together. Yes. It's not too often we get to perform a role where we get to put on a show where we're all present. I will obviously play the role of the knight.
Of course.
And then Curtis says, and I'll play the sheriff.
Mm-hmm.
And Kabuto says, set this one out.
That's fair. You provided us the structure of the story, so that is just as influential as the character. We can have, perhaps Kabuto would be willing to be side characters for the siege and shootout without necessarily representing himself in the show.
That's a fair idea. I wouldn't mind playing the one who does in the other two. And Carmen says, I'll play the concierge.
Perfect. Look at us working together, guys. And Amelia is, of course, putting this. Can I roll an expression? I have a pointed expression. Can I roll an expression check to see how magnificent my vision board is?
Yes. Make a presence and expression roll.
Oh, thank you so much. This is what my stats were for, you guys. This moment. Presence.
Don't you have an art therapy specialization?
She took a couple classes. She doesn't specialize, but she knows enough because she's taken a couple classes in therapy and expressive forms.
Hey, one success is a success.
Enough. She went to just enough art therapy classes to get one success.
It's a pretty good representation of what they all want.
Excellent.
But Carmen asks, okay, so who do I get to kill? Okay, so there's supposed to be 3 people in hell. We got 2 of them right here. She says, pointing to herself.
Right.
Who's the third person?
I thought it was supposed to be someone. I thought it had to be someone from the audience. A volunteer.
Yeah, but I heard you guys talking about a Promethean who would be particularly miserable. And fuck it, whatever. Whoever gets shot, gets shot. And I mean, if we can frame this, if we can bring him on as the third, then Cortez and Curtis can teach him a lesson about what justice and law and truth is, and then he can figure out that's bullshit, and then I come in and fucking shoot him in the chest.
The only issue is that we are not very confident in his acting skills.
He doesn't need, Cortez says he doesn't need to act, he just needs to listen. At which point Curtis pipes up, actually his confusion at what we're trying to explain to him might be the perfect acting. You can't act better than natural.
Amelia's going to look at Mike as to whether or not that'd be even doable for this particular Prometheus.
There is one other sort of minor thing is he might decide to, he might accidentally get really mad if you shoot him and rip your arms off.
Yeah, he kind of broke my spine earlier this week.
And Carmen just looks dead at
I shouldn't have said that.
Just looks dead ass at the 3 of you and says, "You think he can hurt me?"
Not you, but
Maybe.
he may jump into the audience.
I don't give a shit. If he goes apeshit and starts killing fucking, if he starts killing the fucking hired help, I don't give a fuck.
True, it's gonna be hard to get the applause at the end, though, if the audience is all dead.
They ain't all gonna die. There will be more than enough who are able to run away, and they'll never forget what happened tonight.
Well, if we bring the Prometheus on, it sounds like Carmen will be happier.
Either way, I win. I love being in a win-win situation.
We'll have to see if he even agrees first, but it is an excellent idea.
Have you ever seen the look of dismay when the hope dies in somebody's eyes?
Carmen, I worked in residential. I saw that every day.
It's a beautiful thing, then. You know it.
Amelia's gonna not say anything and not. She knows saying nothing also tells Carmen everything, but she's like, "There's no right response to this.
There's no right answer.
There's no right answer, and the ones that I would give, she's not gonna like. So
No.
I'm just gonna add a little more glitter to the top corner, and being like, and that needs a little more shine."
I'm gonna send him an email. It's gonna be completely full disclosure. And it's just like, well, you might find it an interesting way of looking at social interactions, but it might actually be dangerous. I'm not really sure if they can really hurt you. So, but it's a bunch of people you don't really have to worry about hurting.
Yeah, he
Um,
really just needs to be on stage, it sounds like.
and and it's probably more interesting than most of the other things you get to do.
He doesn't
Uh,
have much of a social life.
So, uh, mm, so anyway, just don't want you to think that I'm like trying to fuck you over or manipulate you or anything. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. But I don't know. It just seemed like something that you might actually enjoy more than most things.
He sends a response back. It's just like, I've been thinking about my education, and perhaps starting with something as unstructured as dance was a bad idea. Maybe dealing with something the essence of which is structure like law would be a good place to begin.
All right. Well, I send him the overall plan for the story, and now this does involve you getting shot. You're okay with that, right? I mean, it's not going to really. You seem super tough.
Oh yeah.
So
The message he sends is, "Oh yeah, my heart is ornamental."
Love that for him.
That's actually kind of poetic.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And it's in a horrible way. Carmen would approve.
I think we have a good plan here.
Yeah, I think we have a great play, you guys.
I'm a little worried about him. I hope he doesn't end up being something that makes him more miserable. I was thinking it'd be something that might, but Carmen might get into his head and do terrible things. I'm a little worried about that.
I
think as long as Carmen gets
whether
to
he'll
shoot
even be
someone.
affected.
It's true. He may be more fucked up than she's even able to fuck up.
Which makes him fascinating to her.
Oh man, she might end up fucking him.
Well,
That'd be good for him.
increase his education.
Yeah.
Fucking what's that line from Discworld? You can't give her that. It's a sword. It's educational. She could hurt herself. It'd be a very powerful lesson to learn.
I think we have a great play, guys.
Mm-hmm. Now, what do we need to make this place ready?
And Cortez
You guys
says,
ever heard of a German field marshal by the name of Moltke? His famous line is, "No plan of battle survives contact with the enemy."
Yeah.
And Cortez says, true. Nothing to worry about. Ruben will take care of everything. He will call in the crew. Thankfully, we'll need no auxiliary actors. Cortez and I will be prepared. Kabuto will make sure that for the most part things go off without a hitch, and Carmen will be the one of us who is actually present.
Huzzah!
At which point, the sea consciousness's body morphs into that of a woman, and she says, "Oh, thank God, this feels great."
There you are, Carmen, in your full glory.
Let me get my gun.
That's very on brand for Carmen. Carmen, have I shown you my baseball bat? I have a baseball bat.
Yeah, that's cute.
I know. I was thinking of spray painting it pink.
Don't do that.
But if I put spikes on it?
No.
I can get crafty. We saw the glitter.
You know what? I think we got some barbed wire down here. Let me give you a hand with that.
Oh, spruce up my bat, please. This is the one time Amelia will actually let Carmen touch her shit because she's like, I mean, if we get into a fight, I will not say no to barbed wire bat.
So, all right. Things are gonna start moving pretty quick.
Woohoo!
I may need to teach you some obfuscate, I think.
What?
You do realize that people are going to look a little weird at you if you're carrying around a bat with barbed wire. I mean, they look at you a little weird with the bat, but bat with barbed wire is getting kind of serious.
only gonna bring it for crisis situations.
Mm.
It's not going to be easy to store.
No.
The thing
Concealable, I think not.
No. The thing about barbed wire is that it gets caught on everything. That's kind of the
You
point
guys
of it.
are worrying too much about my barbed wire bat.
Yeah, what's up with his pussy shit? Let the chica have a fucking awesome weapon.
Yeah, you get a cane sword. Mikey has a katana. Why can't I have a barbed wire bat?
Moose ears, because Mikey can go invisible.
Yeah.
Dilbo! I'll learn some obfuscate so that I can hit people with my bat.
Not a bad idea. It used to be... Obfuscate used to be a Malkavian discipline.
Ugh, and now we got dementation, which is great, but I want to hide shit.
No. Dementation actually came out of Dominate.
Oh, I thought you had said it was a Malkavian perk, but that
It
could have
is.
been...
It was the Sabbat. They started it for the Sabbat book for the Malkavians, and Sabbat had Dementation instead of Dominate.
Ah,
yeah.
gotcha.
They had Auspex, Dominate, and Obfuscate, I think,
Yeah.
were the...
Yes. I have
the
many
original.
perks in Auspex, so maybe Obfuscate will be my next one.
I think the new lore, the lore that I like, is that the Malkavian is a bloodline of Ventru. Ventru referred to Malkavians as their awkward cousins.
Yes.
All
That makes
nobility is
sense.
prone to madness.
Exactly. So Ruben gets on the phone and calls in some guys, and like a motley workforce of various colors shows up, and it's obvious these people are all on sort of like the lower end of the income spectrum, like black, brown, white. They're all considered gutter trash. As such, they are all being paid not to care. Like,
There you go.
if the sea consciousness says something weird or does something crazy, or you see
Or
something
brandishes a gun.
or brandishes a gun, or you see something in the theater that doesn't make any sense, you're being paid $1,000 for 4 hours. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, shut up.
That being said, don't let their status as the downtrodden paint their work ethic or their carpentry ability. It's
Right.
obvious they've been called on before, and this is the payday they wait for.
Right. They've been waiting for this because this is their one chance to make some muns.
Yeah.
Some mad muns.
The sea consciousness is by no means rich, but they are wealthy enough to pay 10 day laborers $1,000 to shut the fuck up. And in 4 hours, the set is complete. It's absurdly fast, but when you have a taskmaster like Carmen, wielding a unified vision at a capable workforce, it's astonishing how quickly this can be made. And so, the bedroom for Hell is constructed, and then there is a whole second set backdrop for, cowboy shootout, and then there is a third set backdrop for,
The void.
there's a third backdrop for a castle, and then there's, the major backdrop, which is for, Hell.
Nice. Ooh, Amelia's, clapping. She's so excited.
Carmen spends most of the time when she's not barking orders working on a script. And the thing is, it becomes clear as she nods, and it's clear that some of the nods and expressions aren't hers. And she'll frown and erase something and write something else, and then nod and then keep going.
Collaborating.
Exactly. There is definitely collaboration going on, creating the script the best way that they can, and even more so, the act of writing it commits it to memory.
Amelia is so happy to see this act of union between the four of them. She hasn't even known them before now, but she's so happy for them. You guys, I'm gonna cry. Don't judge me, okay?
And
No judgment.
during this 4 hours, Ruben
Probam.
sends messages far and wide to like the underground creeps and freaks who are hearing that there's finally another show being put on at the Flux Theater after months of silence.
Yes. The
And
back door's finally going to see some action, you guys.
and a woman that none of you have ever seen comes with a bunch of dumb rich yuppies. And before long, tickets are selling like hotcakes, and people are flooding in.
So that was Easter, huh?
Yes. Easter invited some of her Ashwood Abbey pals. They pay a
Oh,
lot,
boy.
and this definitely constitutes as a decadent evening. We're going to watch a Malkavian play, The Scandal.
This is going to be a night to never forget.
And then things are getting ready to get going, and there is a knock at the back door.
Heyo.
Is this my buddy?
It's your buddy.
Hey, try keep a little bit of a distance because I know he can sort of be touchy.
Yeah.
Sure you want to do this?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay, it's going to be the most interesting evening you've had in a long time.
let's see what happens.
What is his name anyway?
Thaddeus.
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 He didn't have a name before. He reveals that his name is Thaddeus. I mean, that's the name I gave myself. It's my understanding that names don't usually work that way.
Yeah, that mine is. I gave mine myself too.
So maybe it can work that way.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, my name was Mike. I renamed myself Mycelium, but everyone still calls me Mike. So, I don't know.
But so you do you lead him in?
Yeah.
And Carmen comes up to him and like starts making measurements and like takes the measuring tape. He's like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "I'm making a costume for you." And he's like, "Oh, okay." Now there was only one question that we had about your role in the play. How did you die? And he's just like, what? And she's like, "Okay, you will be playing a character. Your character needs to have died. That's the one thing I couldn't put in there for you. How did your character die? You had to have been doing something bad." And he just says, "I dropped a mine shaft on myself." And she's like, "Suicide's one-way trip to hell. I'll get you a miner's outfit."
Our Prometheus is going to be a sexy miner.
Yes.
But minor, M-I-N-E-R, not
Thank you for
M-I-N-O-R.
clarifying for
As
the
soon as I
internet.
said it, my brain was like, wait.
Wait.
fix that. You knew what you meant, but make sure they know what you meant. Coal miner.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
No.
Yes.
The
I
face
knew
is
exactly what you meant. So that's actually a pretty good representation of this guy, except he's a little bulkier.
This is true. Without further ado, they put on the show.
full.
And it starts in hell, and Carmen plays the concierge who admits the knight, the sheriff, and the miner to hell. And the Thaddeus does a really good job at memorizing his lines. He doesn't have too many of them, and a lot of them are just sort of like natural, like "Why are we here?" stuff like that. And they talk about why they're in hell. "Oh, I died in a big battle and I got my arm chopped off, and I was condemned to hell because the people didn't understand me. And I was a badass sheriff and I got sent to hell because do a lot of bad things, technically speaking, when you're enforcing the law. And like they are able to use demontation in order to create visions of extras, basically. So like
Nice.
the fight scenes are natural and realistic in a way that no other show could ever be.
Oh, love that for them.
Because actual figments of people's imaginations are on stage performing the acts. One of the things that you actually everybody who's involved, give me a wits and composure roll as you're off stage, like trying to make sure everything goes off without a hitch.
Would love to.
I'm gonna hit the bathroom real quick.
Go for it.
Don't hurt it.
Don't hurt it. Damn, guys, we came up with a damn good play. I mean, y'all came up with it. I just talked
You
to the babies.
presented it.
I made that vision board. Oh, that was smart. I keep forgetting about will points.
Yeah, don't forget about your willpower.
I know, I need to not forget about them.
Yeah, I should have spent some too, but I think I already spent a few.
Oh, praise be.
Yeah. Hot dice coming in.
Mike, Waylon, the two of you are able to recognize that people in the crowd are sometimes looking at different things at the same times. They might not all be seeing the same show. Which is fine. It should have the overall effect that the sea consciousness is looking for.
I'll certainly keep people talking about it.
Right. Oh, did you see this? No, I didn't. Did you see this? But Mike, you notice Thaddeus's like building distress.
Uh-oh.
At which point, like, Carmen is beside herself with excitement. Like, off stage, clutching the script in her hands.
We should grab some things to roll at him in case he pops off and needs to break shit.
Yeah, cheers and things and dummies and anything that he can break.
Yeah,
let's get it all stacked up and ready.
Yeah, let's make a little pile of shit to roll at him and be in the sidelines.
But like it reaches a critical peak at the end of like at the end of a like particular at the end of an increasingly heated discussion over who is correct.
I try to catch his eye from time to time and give him like a thumbs up and like, you know, just like
Amelia's right behind clapping too.
Oh no, he is absolutely engrossed in this debate. Because like he just looks to the two of them and he's like, okay, so is law an actual force or is justice a concept that we've invented? It can't be both. At which point Curtis and Cortez look at each other and say, it's neither. At which point they look at him and say, it can be both.
I love a paradox, but I don't think he will.
And like this dude's head is about to explode. At which point, Carmen looks at the two of you and says, "That's my cue." Drops the script, and waltzes out on stage with her "fuck off" raging bull. And when she does, like the house lighting, the lighting that had been like painting everything marvelous colors turns into a single spotlight focused on her speaking with Thaddeus. And like he is and he is just like freaking out. Like you can see the stress on his face. And she says everything that they said was true and everything they said was lies. The world isn't built.
She's doing a Star Trek on him. Oh.
The world wasn't built that way. It can be true if you want it to be true. It can be lies if you want it to be lies. Or you can reject everything. Give up. Go home. Don't worry about it. Just do whatever you need to do. Would you like to do that, Thaddeus? And like, you can feel the waves of demontation coming off of the stage. Like, he should be engaging in torment at this point, but that volume knob is turned way low. And she has made a reasonable suggestion. And she turns the knob on that way up. And he just says, yes, more than anything, I want this to stop. And she pulls out a gun and, like, walks up to him and, like, tenderly removes his soot-stained shirt and, like, places the gun against his heart, and then he, like, helps her adjust it. Bang. Blood splatter. And he fucking drops. And that's when the screaming starts.
We did it, you guys. We technically made our vision come true.
And like some of the
Mike's little hand is clasped around Waylon's forearm, and his nails are digging in.
Let it play out.
A whole bunch of the crowd runs away as like Carmen, like the lights go out and Carmen's like shrieking voice is all that can be heard. It's like, why are you running away? What's there to be afraid of? Can you not stand the sight of the truth? And they're like freaking out and going crazy, and like you can't see, it's pitch black in here. All you can hear is the frantic, manic screaming of people who believe they have honest to God watched a murder. And
we did it.
Eventually,
this is what they wanted.
Like after like maybe 10 minutes solid of just Carmen screeching insults and like truisms and like screaming insults.
Pop off, sis.
Pop off, sis.
She's popping off, sis.
She's popping off. Stay the hell out of her way. Harsh truths and even harsher insults. After a certain amount of time, like it's not too hard for people to find the exits. But eventually, all you hear is the sound of Carbs Scorpio. Changed my mind. All you can hear is the sound of the Ashwood Abbey people applauding.
Yay!
As the house lights go back up.
Amelia's like stress crying a little bit, but she's like, "We did it! We made a play.
Thaddeus, is he still lying on the ground?
Cortez and Curtis's psychic impression phantoms walk up to him and like they start like feeding him like words of advice and like, you did it, buddy. It's all good. You pulled it off, man. You were fantastic, Thaddeus.
Amelia's gonna run up to them and gently say, Thaddeus may need some time to some space.
And like
You know,
they stare daggers at you as they say in unison, we haven't taken our bows yet.
Take your bows. Give Thaddeus some space, she says just as firmly.
Like they begin moving in unison as they speak in unison. We do not believe you understand the nature of your position.
She raises her hands and she's like, all right, but if Thaddeus smashes you, that's on you.
And Thaddeus, like, unsuredly, like, rises to his feet with this giant gaping wound in his chest. And you look out at the crowd and, okay, so there's a whole bunch of, like, dropped stuff and misplaced garments. And it's just Easter and the Ashwood folks. And the Ashwood folks are going fucking wild. They're like hooting and whistling and clapping and screaming, and that's when you spy that there is a woman who has been trampled to death.
Oh.
And the two phantoms and the one actual present vampire like all grab Thaddeus's hands and they basically teach him how to bow on stage, and he's just like, I don't understand any of this.
And they're like, it's okay, just do it.
Right. And then the Ashwood Abbey people just fucking leave.
Well, only one person died. That's actually better than I thought it would be.
Did they make it clear though that this was that it was hell was there for a purpose? They didn't. I don't know if they really closed the no exit story loop. Does this mean the Carmen
I
won?
Don't say that
yeah.
too loudly.
Yeah, I don't think closure is what Carmen was seeking.
And like she looks at you and she says, both. I told you, I can be both the force of power and the higher power. That is the beauty of hell. And Thaddeus is just like shaking and like not upset, angry, like upset, shattered. And he's just like, what am I feeling? And Carmen says, you're feeling what it's like to be human. That uncertainty you feel, that's what being human is.
Just a nice, awkward silence.
A respectful silence.
Mine is awkward.
But glad we got that out of our system. Yeah, sure. We'll show up at Adam's place tomorrow. We're gonna want to sleep on it. You know how it is.
Of course, gotta get the theater
go up.
vibes out fully.
Oh,
Go up to Thaddeus. Are you okay, man? I'm sorry. I had a high level of what it was going to be, but that looked like it was worse than I was expecting.
No, man, I'm pretty fucking far from okay. I've got a lot of thinking to do.
Amelia's gonna slip him a card and be like, when Carmen's not around, I would love to give you some actual counseling. It can be over email or via Skype if you would like. I do telehealth.
Can I walk you back home?
Yeah, I think I'd like that.
Amelia's gonna go very solemnly check out the trampled person and see if she can find ID of some sort. Or at least
I'll go with
just look at...
Amelia.
Yeah, figure. I don't know what she can even do about it, but she at least can't just leave the body unacknowledged.
Let's see what her name is.
Oh boy.
Elsa.
Question, Reynold.
Shoot.
Are there penalties in your vampire mythos for drinking from the dead?
No.
Cool. It's snack time for Waylon.
Sounds good.
How much blood is left in her trampled body?
Unfortunately, you are a Ventru. But we got rid of that. You have a different issue.
Yeah, it's a different issue.
Okay. In which case, yep. You only get 2 vitae from a corpse.
That's better than where I was sitting at, which was 1.
Exactly.
So. Waste not.
Waste not. I mean, like, the penalty for feeding on the dead is that you don't get as much nourishment from it, and it doesn't taste as good. But it's not like gonna make you like throw up or like die or whatever.
All right, cool. Not Anne Rice can go fuck herself. In other words.
Yes. If you were a Ventru whose
good general rule, yeah.
If you were a Ventru whose drawback was like a vampire of means, then I'd be like, fuck you. You can't eat from a corpse. Go fuck yourself. But no, you have a different drawback, and that's okay.
Yeah, this is a different curse.
So you drain this lady, this Elsa lady, and just like her neck is bent at a very uncomfortable angle.
Oof.
At which point she probably suffered what's that thing where blood doesn't get to your brain?
I don't remember because all the blood stopped flowing to my brain.
Hypoxia.
Hypoxia.
Yeah.
There we go. I suffered acute hypoxia and died.
Oh, all right. It doesn't feel classy, but for the sake of her clairvoyance, can Amelia also check pockets for any items of interest?
You may. You find, you in her purse, you find this wallet with the ID and some fat stacks of cash. The only thing you find
Seems like the type of theater that might have a handy dandy lime pit somewhere around.
You are absolutely correct. How did you know?
To the other side of the basement.
It seems like they went to the Henry Holmes School of Architecture for this place. So
let me see if I can find.
Amelia would like to ask the ID some questions, like if Elsa has family or anything like that.
Home is where you can find a decent graveyard and strangers can disappear without anyone asking awkward questions.
That's what the ID says?
No.
Okay, I was like, whoa!
No, that's what the lime pit says.
Oh, okay.
In addition to killing peasants, punishing subordinates, and raising an army of nightmares, Braid somehow found time for her favorite hobby, petty extortion. So yeah. You find in her possession a simple silver cross.
Gotcha. Which I'm pretty sure I'm allowed to touch, right? That's just part of the mythos with the vampires.
There are some who have grown. There is a remnant curse among some vampires who suffered at the hands of whose bloodlines suffered at the hands of the Inquisition, and that holy wrath still rests in their blood sometimes. But no,
gotcha.
It wasn't ever natural. It was a developed fear.
Gotcha. Amelia will probably pocket the ID to find out if Elsa has family later. And she will, even though she's not particularly religious in the name of Elsa, she will say a prayer to Elsa while she holds the cross. And apologizes to Elsa that she died for everyone's art.
Oh, Jesus. He had to the 3rd floor.
Oh, damn. And she's going to like apologize to the cross for the sake and for Elsa's sake.
It's fucking nuts, dude.
Yeah, if you guys haven't read Devil on the White City, you should check it out.
Jesus Christ.
That was America's first serial killer and one of probably one of the worst.
I don't know if anybody watches American Horror Story, but I get the feeling the hotel season, the hotel
time.
owner was probably very strongly based on this.
Oh yeah.
100%.
Oh yeah.
That was a good season, actually.
It was.
That was the one with Lady Gaga, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what's the name of this guy?
Henry Holmes.
Henry
H-
Holmes. Yeah.
H.H. Holmes.
The sea consciousness have definitely taken architecture advice from Henry Holmes.
Sounds about right.
At which point, Carmen walks down the aisle and sees Elsa's corpse and says, "Woo, 2 for 1."
Amelia's busy praying.
By all means.
At which point, she picks up the corpse and goes to dispose of it.
You're not worried about lawmen coming around?
Law? No. I'm worried about hunters, but they know they should stay away from here by now.
Good.
Everything around here does scream Carmen is a bad bitch who's not meant to be fucked with.
Exactly.
Literally, I talked to one of the doors and they yelled it at me, and it was like, all right, message received.
Even the doors know good. Even the doors know enough. But yeah, if a cop comes around here, Ruben could just say, "Oh, it was a big performance. Oh, they must not have understood what was happening. How can we be held accountable for a nervous audience? We've done it before."
Mm.
You've seen Ruben.
Very convincing.
He's so white. The police just do what he says. It's crazy. You should see him do it. It's beautiful, really.
He does seem like he could get away with some mischief.
That's the thing. They hear the French accent, they see the kooky guy, and they fucking do a vermin supreme on him and think that he's harmless.
Right, they hear the hee ha ha, and they're like, there's no way this guy could kill somebody.
Exactly.
Oh, silly cops.
Have you guys ever seen Trailer Park Boys?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Ruben has a Ricky effect on cops.
He can just say whatever he wants, whatever dumb shit comes out of his mouth, and they believe it like magic.
It's just fucking miraculous. He's only got 2 talents: growing weed and talking to cops.
Lol.
Like, he knows how to craft a plausible lie that is super effective against cops.
Amazing. That is a very specific and useful skill.
It's a very specific and useful skill, and like there are certain things that you can say to cops and there's nothing they can do about it. Like, if you know how to play to what the cops want to hear, you can get them to do things.
Right, he's a schmoozer.
He's a fucking cop whisperer.
I need to rewatch that show.
Fucking the only one that I remember is when like Leahy and Randy call the cops, and I don't remember what happens, but they get knocked unconscious, and Randy takes some water bottles and like sprays water on their crotches, and then like dumps Leahy in liquor, and he's like, I don't know what was going on. Leahy and Randy came around, you know how they get, and look, Leahy's so drunk he fucking passed out and pissed himself. Are you guys really gonna make us like take us down to the station or whatever?
Yeah,
like,
for some actor getting drunk, do you know how many times that happens in a day?
Right. Or
Yeah,
like
they're actors.
Right. It's like, yes, there were a bunch of screams. We had a scene where somebody gets shot on stage,
right,
and they thought it was real.
Yeah. We had a blood orgy scene, you know, and that's where all the blood came from. But it was the fucking that was really important. The cops are like, all I heard was fucking.
Do you have any tapes of that? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes, officer. Would you like a DVD?
Amazing.
And they toss Elsa in the fucking lime pit and just fucking forget about her.
Bye, Elsa.
Bye, Elsa.
Sorry you died.
A human
We just
woman is
let it-
dead.
Oh. Well, honestly, as a player, I thought there was going to be more body count, like a higher body count, so
Eh,
that's not nothing.
if only one person gets trampled to death, let it go. Let it go.
Oh, Elsa. Elsa let herself go into the afterworld.
Perfect, Cap. Perfect.
Thank
If only one person managed to get trampled to death on the January 6th insurrection, only one person got trampled to death if you shout gun in a crowded theater.
They didn't shout. They shot. Gun.
Both?
No. So there were 4 civilian casualties. One of which was the woman who got shot. One of which is a dude who tased himself in the balls until he died.
You're talking about. Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about the game. Never mind.
No. I mean, I am talking out of game. And then there is that woman who was trampled, and then someone else died. I can't remember how. Oh no, there was the police officer who got hit in the head with the fire extinguisher.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and then one of them committed suicide the next day too, right?
Yes.
Was one of
And those are the 5 January 6th deaths.
Two have committed suicide since then, I think. But 2?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hooey.
Big oof.
But without any further ado, is there anything that you guys would like to do before you return to your havens and rest for the morning?
I was walking Thaddeus back home.
Oh, good point.
So out of there for a little while.
Yeah, I'm gonna steal a pair of shoes from the dressing room.
Sounds good.
Can I see how far away Elsa's place is from here?
Pretty far.
Okay. She wanted to see if she could drop the cross off in a mail slot, but that may be another day.
Yeah.
Just in case anyone else lives there. She'll make that another day task. She's pretty content. She's pretty tuckered out. Lots of glitter. Lots of therapy. Lots of collaborating. Ooh, actually, I had a question.
Shoot.
DM. Would one say that bringing all these different ideas together and balancing and mediating, would that count as temperance?
I do declare that it would.
That means I get a virtue point, baby.
You get all your willpower back.
Yay! I don't remember how much I even had, lol. I can check that real
It's
quick.
your resolve and composure dots added together.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Excellent.
So if you had used any willpower, you get it all back.
I think I've only used one so far because I keep forgetting they're a thing.
Tut,
Still
tut.
counts.
That's true.
It does count.
That is
I am
one.
back to full. Yay. Sweet. Last week when we finished that, I was like, I think technically Amelia is doing her virtue very much so with this, and I'm going to check in next time and see if I can get a virtue point.
Definitely, that tracks. You let your virtue guide you to wherever it was going to be.
Yay! We got that sweet, sweet temperance happening, baby.
Well done.
But so, Waylon, Amelia, do either of you have anything to do before you head to your havens?
No, Amelia's pretty good. She's tuckered out.
I need to hunt.
What about
Actually, yeah, let me
as
check
I
on
leave,
where
I
I'm
say,
at.
what about Atticus?
Oh,
A boy and his
don't worry
dog.
about him. He'll show up later.
Actually, I could probably afford to hunt too. Amelia's gonna look at Waylon and be like, I've never done a classic hunt. I could honestly use a more skilled vampire who knows what they're doing to maybe walk me through my first time.
And I could use someone that knows the city better than I do.
The two of us together make a heck of a pair. Let's go hunting.
All right. Amelia, give me a wits and socialize to find a good location.
Oh, I would love to. I'm good at those things. Wit. Excellent. Copy. One success.
One success. You are able to find a delightful little dive bar. Waylon, how would you like to hunt?
Well, we have a couple of options. You can go inside and try to seduce our way into going home with one of these fine people,
We could pose as a throuple.
or we could catch someone on the way back to their vehicle.
Either is completely valid.
Either is good. The first one definitely plays into Amelia's strength, but she's also tuckered out with mediating, so she would not be upset if Waylon would rather just do the car jump.
I mean,
Oh,
I leave it to the expert.
I mean, the two
I
of you
don't-
can divide and conquer.
True.
Play to our strengths.
Yeah,
Leave
Amelia,
well before warning, and don't take enough to kill them.
that I can do.
Like, if you're going for seduction, the roll is manipulation and subterfuge. If you're going for ambushing someone in the parking lot, that would be dexterity and stealth.
I will be doing the ambushing,
Stealth. I think it's an equal roll either way.
and I will be spending willpower.
I will.
I really
I-
need this.
I will spend a willpower because I don't have great stats and I just got full ones.
Oh, great.
Manipulation and subterfuge, you said?
Yes.
And the other one was.
There's manipulation and subterfuge, and then there is a dexterity and stealth. But Waylon's already taken
Yes.
the car ambush, so you'll have
Yep.
to do the seducing.
Yes, I can do the seducing.
Because if you both ambush someone at cars
Right.
on the way out of the parking lot, it's going to look pretty suspicious.
Pretty
Yeah, it's gonna be sus.
suspicious.
I'm
You did the seduction. You should have done the seduction. Come on, guys.
Parking lot is sus.
I have 3 blood points and no patience.
I had this whole like opening credits of the.
Oh, I
of the
forgot
Hunger
to
scene
add.
coming up.
I forgot to add my will point power that I want to use. So can I re-roll?
You can roll 3 more dice.
Excellent.
Sometimes the dice really, really want you to get a good meal.
Nom 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 nom.
All right, let me edit this. You would let me. Computer. Don't hate me.
Waylon, you enjoy the benefits of a 2-for-1 sale. A very drunken couple are going to drunk drive home. It would be irresponsible to let them do that.
Certainly.
So you're able to catch them. Like, the dude is opening the car door to get in, and you just fucking grab down, slurp, roll under the car, and then like before she can even be like, Mike, what's going on? Unlock the door. You've rolled under the car and stand next to her and grab a bite and fucking poof.
They'll be fine. It's a warm summer night.
It's a warm summer night.
Amelia
there
got
we go.
two successes,
Well-
and she's gonna try to get him into an alley or
Nah, man.
maybe the bathroom.
The best you can. I was about to say the best you can do is get them into the bathroom.
Okay,
you
that's
find
fine.
some fucking brute, and you're just like, oh man, you want to get your dick sucked? And he's like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm great at sucking the dicks.
Uh,
Amelia says very unseductively.
A beautiful thing about a promise like this: number 1, you don't have to follow through on it. Number 2,
Yeah.
it doesn't even have to be good.
Exactly.
And he leads you into the bathroom, and while he's unzipping his pants, just but you're only able to get 2 blood points before you hear someone else coming into the bathroom, and you're like, all right, pants down, ass on the toilet. I'll stand.
He got too drunk.
I'll stand on his legs and crouch down, and then the
Disappear.
other person fucking uses the bathroom, washes their hands, leaves, and then you're out.
Excellent. Sweetest deal. All right, I'm gonna wash my hands and face too first, and then go meet Waylon outside the bar.
I said the bar.
Out of the bar.
So, Mike, you were walking Thaddeus home. It's just a lot to take in, you know?
Yeah, that looked rough. I'm sorry. I should have known that they would be kind of fucked up about it.
No.
I mean, more fucked up than I was expecting.
Like, truth hurts. If there's one thing that I've realized thus far, truth hurts. That hurt. It feels true.
Is what she said true? I mean, do you feel like a human, do you think?
In that moment, confronted with that confusion and pain, that's the most human I've ever felt in my entire life.
I knew it was going to be something that'd be interesting. I just hope it wasn't too much. But
Can't afford to know my limits, Mike.
Mhm.
When you're on a pilgrimage like me and my people, there's no such thing as too much. Either you
okay,
win
got it.
or you die. And tonight, I feel like I did both.
How's that wound? I mean, is it healed up?
Like he points to it. He's like, "Oh, this? I don't even feel it. It looks awful. It's a fucking sucking heart wound."
Mm.
I mean, I guess I'll clean it up when I get to my place.
I'm not really good with it. I mean, I could try to stitch you.
Just go wild, man.
Let's see. I don't think I have any medicine skill. Oh crap.
-3, baby.
Oh boy.
He
Is this
leads.
medicine or crafts? No, it doesn't matter. All right. Yeah, I'll spend a point of willpower. I have, if it's is intelligence or dexterity.
It would be dexterity.
Okay, that's the
Pretty
same
good.
anyway.
Uh, he leads you into his home, which is a it is a condemned building. And the lock on the door has been smashed open. You can only imagine by who. And he leads you into the basement, which has a little sort of like a maintenance cubby, in which he has set up a bed and in which there is like a sink. And he produces a spool of fishing line and a needle.
All right.
And he's like,
I
"Good
I
luck."
I really squint and focus and give it my best.
Well, the wound is closed now. You don't know if Prometheans can get scars, but if he does, it'll leave a nasty one.
Should I roll for that thing he does or?
For disquiet? Why, yes.
Yeah.
Roll resolve and composure, please.
See what's my composure? Oh, okay, so that's not. Oh, all right.
Well, shit. Nice work. You are able to succeed. You resist the strange effects of disquiet. You can feel them working into your consciousness.
I grit my teeth and bear it.
But, yeah, I mean, I think they made a good point. Truth isn't a force that exists. there isn't something in this world like gravity called truth.
No. But it doesn't mean it's meaningless if it's something that's gets you through the day and is your, is your thing.
Right. I could choose what the cowboy's saying or what the knight is saying, or I could reject both of them. All of these options are available to me.
Yeah.
That was the thing that I couldn't understand. That's what I've learned tonight. And, I mean, it was hell, no doubt about that, but I don't think I would have been able to learn it otherwise.
Okay. Well, glad that it helped then.
Ultimately, yes. Like I said, truth is pain, in my experience. It almost seems like the more it hurts, the more I learn.
Hmm.
Is that not how it's supposed to work?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's definitely one way it works. Yeah, for anybody. I mean, the thing is, for most people, there's a limit to how much pain you feel before it can destroy you. But for you, is there even a limit? You seem like you can suffer anything.
If there is a limit, I haven't hit it yet. And I don't know exactly a lot of lore about my people. He says, like, gesturing to himself. But I've heard some stories.
Now, Mike, being Mike, is thinking about various Frankenstein movies. Uh, it is considering suggesting them to him, and then revising that thought before it reaches his mouth.
Like, I heard one of us swam across the Atlantic Ocean. Swam. The Atlantic.
It must have taken weeks, months, weeks, months. Ugh.
I don't know.
Weeks?
Technically, it would take 13 days.
Oh, that's 2 weeks. So weeks.
Yep.
Well, just under 2 weeks, but week plural.
It takes 13 days, assuming a consistent swimming rate and considering, bottom line, I statted it out. He can make it. But he has to go between Cape Town and Brazil. That's the only place where it's close enough for him to be able to do it.
We're learning so much tonight, guys.
Oh, jeez. And then, of course, there's
I don't know, for some reason this is bringing to mind that the scene in Gattaca where he gets into the swimming contest with his brother. But,
Well, the only way I could win is by assuming I wouldn't be able to swim back. I hear there's a girl in town whose skin is made out of whose body is made out of star stuff. And there are a couple of witches who live in a network of tunnels. Who say hello to the city every morning and every night. And every day it wears a different face. You gotta get jiggy with it. You gotta get jiggy with your cauldron.
Me and my witches dancing like bitches.
Very, very important.
Mm-hmm.
But
well,
yeah, no, this sucked. But I feel like this sucked worse than anything that I've ever had to experience, including like busting up that nightclub. But I feel like I learned more tonight than I have from anything.
well, I still feel like I owe you one for this. You let us, somebody ended up dying anyway, but I mean, stop her from just killing a random person. And if you need me to go along in one of these adventures to see the witches, or I'm in.
Wait.
I just put up my fist, like for little fist bump thing.
He just looks at you and says, "You mean to say I suffered so that a mortal wouldn't?"
Well, I don't know how much. Yeah, they would have suffered. She wouldn't have made it clean.
Feels good, man. Feels good. Fist bump.
His fist is like the size of Mike's head.
Waylon, we have the same brain.
We're sharing a brain cell.
Roll to
Just
resist
crying.
disquiet.
All right, this is a bro moment. I'm gonna spend willpower.
You know what? I'll make it so you get 3 dice on this willpower expenditure instead of 2 for a resistance attribute.
Okay, let me reroll that then.
I don't know why it's turning into a laugh emoji, so ignore that.
You fucking resist that disquiet so fucking hard? Holy shit.
That for everyone involved.
And you fucking boogie. You owe Thaddeus 1 Wookiee unlife debt.
Thank you for all you've done, Thaddeus.
We will see what comes of it.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah, Mike really feels for Thaddeus.
Man, Thaddeus, he has yet more to go through. Congratulations. Y'all enforced stability in the realm and completed your quest with aplomb. So that's 2 experience for a great session, 1 experience for good role playing, 5 experience for completing a major quest, and 1 extra experience for completing it in a balanced fashion. And
Wow.
Mike gets an extra experience point for Thaddeus shenanigans.
Aww. Guys, we did so well tonight. We put on a play.
Is that like 9 experience points? I think I lost track in there.
Yeah.
So 10 for Mike? Wow.
Yep.
Oh,
Wow.
yay.
Welcome
I mean,
to
this
the
was
world
big.
of doing quests.
Yeah, this was a hefty one, guys.
Technically, we kind of completed 4 quests in one.
Hey.
So
Yeah, temperance.
I mean, aside from poor Elsa, this came out around as well as it could.
Exactly. I thought it was going to end worse.
just one human.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Everybody, give me a mild degeneration roll.
Sure.
Sure.
So-
I have a thing to resist that.
You
How
do.
does that work again?
You all.
I don't
do.
remember how I got it. Yeah, because of my pep talk, I think.
Yeah. You all meditated to escape the Kabuto prison. So everybody, give me
That's right.
a straight humanity roll.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
With
Straight humanity.
Humanity +1.
Straight humanity.
Oh, okay.
I don't even know. Oh, there it is. I don't know what my humanity roll.
It's usually 7,
Yeah, nothing's
humanity-
affected it.
unless,
7.
unless you lost something.
Okay, no, I just didn't have it down, and I don't
Nope.
know it off the top of my head. Gracias. Okay, sorry, Reynold. What are we rolling?
Humanity +1.
+1. Thank you.
Yeah, we kind of tried to avoid collateral damage as much as
Exactly.
possible.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
that's the major thing. Like if any of you got one success, you would have avoided this minor degeneration, and I wouldn't even had you roll the derangement roll. Like ultimately, you're all easily able to come to the conclusion that you can't blame yourselves for Elsa's death.
Yeah.
Like Ship of Theseus, who is responsible for her death? Like, is it you for having enabled the show, the sea consciousness for having put it on, Carmen for having fired the shot, or the rest of the crowd who trampled her?
Yeah, too many variables in a clusterfuck like that. Like,
Yeah, like this
we
is
we did chaos control as best we could. Not to quote Sonic, but
like the only way you could be implicated is via feet of clay. And like the thing about feet of clay is no individual is responsible. And so you're all able to continue on realizing that this was fucked up, but you know what? Not my fault. I wash my hands of this.
we got it done, and now the sea consciousness can rejoin the throne, and we've met all of their needs, and that should be interesting moving forward.
Ultimately, at the worst, if you need to excuse it, you can say it was worth it.